You know, after pulling this 2017 Forest River down the road a ways, I realized the suspension on it does pretty good for a Conestoga wagon. But I don't want it to pull like a Conestoga wagon. I'm tired of it shaking the cabinets loose, and it's about to shake my teeth out. I don't have to live with that. I know what to put on it all the time, so that's what I'm gonna do to it. We're gonna get the shake out of it and make a little smoother ride. The suspension on this 2017 model is all original. It's running two 3,500-pound Lippert axles, 4-leaf spring, basic shackle setup for double I, standard equalizer, and it's done pretty good, but it's rougher than what I'm gonna accept. It's time to do some major maintenance on it anyways, just because of the age. So you have a choice, you go back with stock or just to upgrade it a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. The suspension system we're gonna cover in this is something I install on a regular basis. I know the system, I know it's proven, it works. I've been putting it off, and now that it's travel trailer season, I got a trip planned in a couple weeks, so I'm waiting to the last minute like sometimes we do. But I'm gonna go ahead and get it done, and we're gonna show the ins and outs on this. And hopefully, if you have a existing travel trailer, maybe it's got some age on it, or maybe even a new one, if it doesn't ride smooth, maybe you're losing things on the inside, or you can just feel it in your tow vehicle, you may wanna look at doing something with the suspension. The most important thing to do when doing suspension work is to make sure you're safe, so you wanna properly support the trailer, make sure you're on a hard surface, and use some type of static jack stand. Not necessarily you have to use these, but something like these will work, but just make sure you're going to be safe. Don't rely on a jack to hold it up. Make sure it's good and solid before you crawl underneath it. In order to receive the smoother ride and some suspension travel that we're looking for, we will be installing the MoRyde CRE3000. While we're doing it, we're gonna put the heavy duty shackle strap kit in there and the X-Factor system just to help with that lateral bracing. If you're in need of a suspension setup like this, if you think your trailer is a candidate, just note on the CRE3000, you need to have a minimum height from the top of the hanger to the bottom of 4.5 inches. You need to know what your wheelbase is. So you can take a tape measure and you can measure from the center of your front axle to the rear axle, or if you have a triple axle, you need to measure that as well, just to have that number to meet the minimum requirements in order to have enough clearance in here. You'll also need a minimum of 3 inches in between the top of the tire under load and the bottom of the trailer so it doesn't contact. Especially look if you have a slide out that goes out above your tires to make sure you don't have any type of gearing, any type of mechanism that may get in the way of that, because it could come in contact. So make sure to check those out before you decide to go this route to make sure it's going to fit for you. So this system can be removed and installed with just some basic hand wrenches. Off camera, I am going to use an impact just for time purposes, but if you don't have impact, you can just use hand tools. So the nut on the backside, this is going to be a shouldered shackle bolt. It's either going to be a 11/16, 3/4. If it's non-shoulder, it's going to be a 7/8. So you at least need to have a socket set, and then a 13/16 wrench just to back up the head of the bolt. We are going to completely remove these axles, but there is no need to do that. We're doing an axle swap on this as well. Not going to show it in the video, but that's the reason we're going to take the axle out. You can just get it down, support it with some jack stands, and get it low enough so you can remove your spring. You can do all your work and then just reattach with U-bolts. But for this purpose, we are going to take it out. So we're just going to drive the bolts out. So we'll get the equalizer out of the way. And again, I'm not going to be reusing any of these parts. And I never recommend reusing shackle bolts. If you have to take them off, just replace them. That's it. We have a strip suspension. Now we can go back with all the goodies. If you're going to utilize the X-Factor system as we are for this project, you need to go ahead and get ready to do that now. It goes together with the CRE3000. You will need to use the bolt that comes with the X-Factor instead of the bolt that comes with your standard shackles or your standard suspension bolts, or the one that comes in the heavy duty kit, because it is longer. So you will need to use the X-Factor bolt for the center bolt there. you need to put your bracket on. And if you're unsure what the X-Factor does, so you can see the parts of it here. So it's some nice steel tubing, or U-channel, whatever you want to call it, not really tubing. But it attaches from one hanger laterally across to the other hanger, and it just gives you some stiffness. When you're backing into RV parks, you can get some frame twisting, especially some hanger twisting. These hangers on this unit do not have any type of bracing that goes back to the web of the I-beam. Some do, this one does not. So I'm trying to prevent any cracking in here. You'll sometimes see it here and up above. So we're gonna put it on every hanger. You don't need to do that. It's up to you. You can just utilize one, but if I'm gonna do one, I'm gonna do all three. That's just gonna fit my need. I think it's a good way to do it if it works with your budget. So at this time, we're gonna install the X-Factor bracket along with the CRE3000. Then we'll put the braces on and we'll just repeat the process on the other two hangers. So we will install the wet bolt that comes with the X-Factor and the top bolts of the Equalizer, and then we will put the bracket and stuff on the backside. So now we'll put our X-Factor bracket on. It's gonna come with a heavy duty spacer, nut, just hand tighten the nuts, and we're gonna leave all of the nuts and bolts hand tight for right now. You'll put your outer bracket on with those spacers. I do recommend sticking your tongue out at this point. It will just help you thread the nuts on a little bit quicker. Maybe. So that's it. So you'll go to the opposite side and go ahead and install that Equalizer, the bracket. You can put the X-Factor Crossmember up once all of this is on there, but that's why I want to leave it loose, just so we can get all of our hardware in there. On your shackle and Equalizer bolts, they all have a spline, so they do fit tight in here, and they will have to be driven unless your hole is wallered out. And if it is, at that point, you may have to think about changing the hanger. But in order to do that, normally on a regular shackle bolt, you would just hammer the tar out of it. But if you do that here, you're gonna mess up the grease zerk. So a little trick you can do is just take a good heavy duty socket, flip it around on that side, put it up there, put your earplugs in. You can do that at least to get it started. Then as you tighten it up, you can back this up with a wrench and then use your ratchet or your impact, whatever you're gonna do, to tighten it up. Now on these, they do need to be tightened final torque to 40 foot-pounds, so don't over tighten them, strip them out. So I prefer just to beat them all in, all the way bottomed out, and you don't have to worry about them not being seated all the way down. And remember, if you are using the heavy duty shackle kit, you will need to change out the nylon bushings that are either in your existing springs, or in this case, we're installing new springs, but we have to change those nylon bushings out to the brass bushing that they come with. It's not that big of a deal to do. You just drive the old or the new nylon bushing out and just grab you a block of wood. As my buddy John said, everybody's got a block of wood laying around. So it is tempting just to drive it in that way. And sometimes it will go, especially if it's an older spring, it may not be super tight. I have seen people use this bolt. The problem with that is it is splined. You could damage it. So I like to just have a 1/2 inch bolt, or if you have a 9/16 bolt with a flat washer, and just don't beat it to death going in there. Like I said, it usually is not super tight. Sometimes they will be tighter than that, but you just don't want to deform the outside of that, so your bolt's not going to go in it. So just this time I would just do all your springs so you're ready to go. Since we are using the X-Factor here, we do need to go ahead and hang the spring, put the X-Factor bracket on just like we did for the Equalizer, and then we'll wrap up the springs and we'll put all the X-Factor bracing in. And again, you will need to use the supplied bolt with the X-Factor. The one that's going to come in the heavy duty kit or your existing will not be long enough, so make sure that you use that. At this point, if you're using an underslung suspension, so that means the spring goes below the axle sits on top, you would need to install that axle at this point, lift it up together before you put your shackle straps on. This one is a overslung, so the spring sets on top of the axle. So therefore, we're gonna go ahead and put it all together. The axle will be the last thing that we put on. We will leave a link in the description below to the CRE suspension, the MORryde heavy duty shackle kit, and the X-Factor. So if you're in need of an upgrade, you can go check those out at eTrailer, the sponsor of today's video. Just make sure you use their search tools to get the right fitment for your vehicle, because they do make some different wheelbases, a couple of different applications. It will also show you some installation instructions on there if that would be helpful, with some good illustrations. So be sure to check them out. Let's throw the shackle straps on this. We'll put the X-Factor together, and we're getting close to torquing, and then we'll be tightening the lug nuts before you know it. And the reason we are going to the heavy duty shackle strap is because this is the factory strap. I think the camera can pick up the difference there. So you get a much thicker strap. You're gonna get lots of miles of service out of this. Also a wet bolt. That's why we had to change it to the brass bushing in order to grease it. So we're gonna put this bad boy in there. And again, we're just gonna hand tighten everything for right now. And remember, whenever you do get this together, it will be in the up position like that. If you have both of these down, you're gonna have to flip the axle over. So if you need to put some jack stands underneath your axles when you go to assemble it, it's easier to do it while everything is loose, just to get all the shackles in the up position, not in the cammed over position, because it'll make you want to cuss if you do that. So don't do that. We want to have a happy project. So now it will hold itself up, so we'll put all the rest of the bolts in it per the instructions. We'll tighten everything down, then just repeat the process for the rear and the front hangers. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten the center bolt of the equalizer that goes through the X-Factor bracket. Be sure to go off the specs included in your heavy duty shackle straps. This one uses a 3/4 socket, so therefore it's gonna be 80 foot-pounds. I've got it snugged up really close already with a regular ratchet, and we'll just finish it off. And now you just gotta crawl out. So I'm gonna leave all the shackle straps just snug with the ratchet until I get my axles on. I'll come and do a final torque. You can see the bolts here on the X-Factor. There's a lot of them, don't know how many. Count them and tell me, leave it in the comments. Tighten all those to the spec. I believe those are 40 foot-pounds as well, but make sure you get all those tight. Once you've final torqued everything, go back and just take a visual to make sure everything looks good. Anything that's bolted on, whether it's on your trailer or your tow vehicle, if you've recently bolted something on from the U-bolts to the lug nuts or whatever, just check them. Go back periodically, take a look. You may want to do a retorque. So I have no doubt this will improve the ride of this unit. It will also improve the ride of yours. I have many of these on the road that I've had the opportunity and the privilege to work on. So if it's a good fit for you, be sure to check it out on eTrailer. Well, everything on our suspension upgrade with the CRE3000 equalizers, the X-Factor lateral bracing, and the heavy duty shackle straps is all done. Everything has been tightened. It's been torqued to manufacturer spec. Make sure you read that in your directions when you go to install this on yours, so that you don't under tighten or over tighten. Now all we gotta do is finish greasing all the wet bolts. Don't forget to do that, and then periodically grease them as the manufacturer recommends on that. And that's really about it. All we have left to do is reattach our brake wires, because we did do an axle swap on this off camera. Then we're gonna put our wheels on it, and the last thing we're gonna do, and maybe the most important, we're gonna tighten the lug nuts, and we're just gonna see you down the road.